Hi and welcome to another how to make a card video with me, Emily Hassler. Today we're gonna create a spinner card, and to start off we're gonna take a couple of stamp sets. This stamp set is from Fawn and it's called Fairy Friends. I'm just gonna ink that little fairy up with Memento Tuxedo Black and press it down on top of some smooth Nina cardstock. Now we're gonna create the other part of this fairy because she's the one that's gonna turn. So you can see me just take a large stamp. This one is from Cake and Candles from Avery, and I've just turned it, so I'm stamping it down on the back side of this, and then I'm gonna press it down onto the cardstock, and this will create a mirror image for us. And now we have our two parts in this spinner card. You have to be careful when you're stamping this down on the back side of the other stamp so it doesn't shift, but if you're doing that carefully it will turn out great. So now we can start coloring these images in, and I'm gonna use some Spectrum Noir markers. As always, I'm no expert at color. If you have some comments for me or some tips, I'm happy to take them. I have just learned my skills from looking at other YouTube videos and so on. If you're interested in knowing which colors I used in this video, you can check the description box below because I will list them there. I think this is such a cute pink colors. I love my bright colors, and if you have followed me on Instagram and so on, you've seen me color many fairies this way because I just love those turquoise wings and that bright pink color. Now I'm just fussy cutting these out, and I'm speeding this process up. I cannot cut that fast. And when I fussy cutted them both out, I'm making sure that they are equally cutted. And now I'm just taking my fine line marker and just going around all the edges, and here you can see them. Now I'm gonna choose some pattern paper for the front of the card. I'm choosing out of a collection from Avery. I will list it down below also. And here you can see that I'm trying to figure out which of these lovely paper patterns that I'm gonna use, and I'm deciding to go with this darker starry background. Now I'm just taking my pen and just marked off how big of a piece that I wanted, and then I cutted it down. And here you can see me take some low-tech adhesive and making sure that it sticks well, because we are gonna die cut this with some die cuts with some pear circles from Avery. And now you can see me peel off that adhesive tape, and I'm just doing that carefully so I don't rip the paper. And that circle you can save to another project, and you can see it here. And now we're gonna start off with the sentiment of this card, and you will see it here. Actually, I'm gonna choose a sentiment from another Avery Elle stamp set, and this sentiment I'm gonna choose is don't be afraid to sparkle, and I think that's an adorable sentiment to have on a card and give to someone. It will make them feel so special. And here you can see me just take some Versa Fine Versa marker, and just that's a sticky ink, and I'm just pressing that down onto some white cardstock, and then I'm coating that with some silver embossing powder from Rangers. Off camera I'm just heat setting that, and you can see it here. Now we're gonna start building our fairies, and no fairies are completed without some shimmer, so I'm just taking my wing of Stella and coating those wings with that. I love this sparkle and shine. I can't get enough of it. I would love to have a whole card just with that lovely shine. I don't know if you could see it, but it's in real life it's really beautiful. And here I'm taking, I don't know what this is called. It's called fish line, I don't know. This is the thing you use when you go fishing, and I'm just taking this. It's a clear string, and I'm just gonna take some adhesive. Oh, by the way, here is where something goes wrong. It always does when I do a card. I forgot that I have to have some strong adhesive in the middle to secure that twine, and I had already put down some adhesive, so here you will see me struggle with this one because I don't want to ruin this fairy that we created and worked so hard on. So now I'm just trying to peel it up without messing up all that adhesive, and at the end it turned out okay. But if I would do this again, of course I would take the adhesive on the last thing I do. So here you can just see me press that down on the back side of that fairy, and I'm gonna take a little more adhesive to the other one and just press it down on top of it. And when I've done that, I'm gonna take my fine line marker to just code all the sides. You will see here that it wasn't perfectly. Oh, now I'm off camera. Beautiful. Now I'm just gonna, you will see here that it's not perfectly, but it's pretty okay. But to make it even more perfect, you will see me here take that fine line marker and just going around all the edges. I think that well, it turns out okay. I actually like this card. I think it's a fun idea, and I'm so happy that I saw this on YouTube, this technique where you press it the stamp down on top of another stamp to create a turned image. I think you will get so much more out of your stamp sets now when you can turn them, and I really love this. Now I'm gonna tape this twine onto the back side, just making sure that I have it centered in the middle. And when I'm pleased with that, I'm gonna secure it on the downside too, of course. And you will see me do that here. And when I'm pleased with that, I'm just gonna cut off the exits on the twine on the both sides, and then I'm gonna take some adhesive and just running that along the back side. And here I'm just checking so it looks good. I'm being very generous with my adhesive. I don't want this to fall off or so on. I want this twine to be secured on the back side of this, so the one that gets this can turn this and have a fun time with it. So now I'm just pressing that down, keeping it flat and making sure that that adhesive really sticks onto the card base. Oh, I think this is so cute. Now we're gonna work a little bit more on our sentiment. I'm just taking some craft foam to the back side of this to give it some dimension, and then I'm pressing it down, and then I'm taking some more adhesive on the back side of that, and then I'm gonna press it down on top of our card base. I love craft foams, and you know that I'm using it for all my projects, nearly all my projects. I love it. So when I'm looking at this card, I'm deciding that I'm thinking that something is missing, and I'm deciding that I want something in the background of this fairy. So now I'm taking some salty ocean, I think this was, I don't know, I will write in the description box which distress ink this is. As you can see, I'm just making sure that it's really light and just going over the backside. And when the reception, I cannot pronounce that word, when the person that gets this card open this, you have written a message on the bottom part of this, and it will not show through. Here I'm just flicking on some water, and then I'm just tapping off the extra, and here we have some fun bleach, and here we have it, nearly. of course, we have to have some sequins on this card. I love my sequins, and silver, I love my gold, but I mean silver is my favorite of all the favorites. Can you say that without sounding ridiculous? I don't know. I love this anyway. So now I'm just gonna take some adhesive to the back side of this and just gluing this down. And as you can see, I'm not really sure how to finish this, but I think it looks great. And now the moment we've been waiting for. I'm spinning up that little fairy, and when you open the card, she spins. Oh, she is so cute. I hope you like this card. If you liked it, don't forget to give this card a thumb up. If you want to see more of my work, you can always subscribe to my channel here at YouTube or visit me at Instagram. My name is scrapbook_sve. Until next time, have a great day. Bye!